Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Stroke Maintenance. Today I'm going to be talking about something that you can do to prevent costly repairs and downtime on your truck. Now, to some people this suggestion might seem obvious, to others it might not be so obvious, and I was one of those people. The suggestion is look under your truck, check the underside of your truck, check the engine bay, look stuff over for leaks. It sounds super simple, but it's something that I personally was not doing on my vehicles before owning this truck. I had a small Hyundai Elantra hatchback. I just took it to the shop. I did what they said. I did regular oil changes, but I never actually looked at the underside of my vehicle regularly to check if things were going wrong, to see if there were leaks. I never did any of that. And so what I'm here to talk about today is actually a story about this truck and how doing some of my own maintenance and checking the underside of the truck saved me a costly repair that none of the shops I took my truck to told me about. And I would have had no idea that this was an issue, or that these two things were an issue, if I hadn't have been crawling around underneath my truck. Okay, welcome to the underside of my truck. So the first thing that I caught by checking underneath my truck, actually when I was doing an oil change, was the dreaded upper oil pan leak. So it was seeping through the gasket on the upper oil pan. I had oil coming down and it was covering my drag link and it was covering my track bar. And so I saw the seepage. I wasn't sure what it was at first. And then when it kept coming back, I was like, all right, that's definitely a problem. Took it to the Ford dealer. They checked it out. And yes, it was a leak, and it was covered under my warranty because my truck is still under 100,000 miles. But if I hadn't have been doing my own maintenance, I never would have caught it. And the shops that I took this to a few times actually for different work and for oil changes didn't say anything to me about the leak. And so I could give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it was malicious intent. I'm sure if they had basically the means to upsell me on a large repair, they would have, but I think their techs missed it. And I caught it before my warranty expired and was able to get it fixed. But if I had waited another few months, or if I hadn't noticed it and noticed it after the 100,000 mile engine warranty was up, I would have had to pay out of pocket for them to pull my cab and do the repair. Which, again, to reseal the upper oil pan, you literally have to pull the cab on these trucks, which is completely absurd that they design it that way, but that's how it is. And so the second repair that I made that I only found by crawling around under my truck, and I shouldn't say I made it, I had Ford take care of it, which it was covered under my extended warranty, but I saw on the hose, which I'm pretty sure this is the hose they replaced, the DEF injection hose and sensor that runs down along here, that goes up over the tank and then comes in right here to my DEF tank, which is right here. I saw even right here from the wheel well that this hose it had urea crystallized all over it. And so I was like, well, that doesn't look right. So I grabbed a friend and had him look at it, and he was like, yeah, you're leaking DEF. You know, if it can happen to these hoses when they go through enough like hot and cold cycles, they get cracks in them and stuff. And so I took it to the dealership again. It was covered under my extended warranty. I didn't have to pay a dime for this repair, and it would have cost me like $700 with labor and parts. It was like $400 in labor, and then this injector was like $350. So the point of me in telling you these stories is that you should make a habit of, when you're doing your oil change every 5,000 miles, or if you're having someone else do your oil change, you should grab a creeper, grab a pad, get under your truck and take a look at what's going on, right? Like if I'm going under here now, like take a peek at my U-joints, I can take a peek at the DPF, I can look at these hoses and sensors, I can look at my axle, check and see if the differential's leaking. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do when you're under here. And I guess my point in saying that this will save you money is, you know, a lot of the times if you still have the factory 100,000 mile powertrain or the engine warranty, or you have the extended warranty, you can catch these expensive repairs before those warranties expire and before they turn into bigger problems. But if you don't know what's going on under your truck and it just keeps going, eventually these issues will cause bigger issues. And if you're out of warranty, that's gonna suck. And so make a habit of checking under your truck. I didn't used to do this, so I don't want it to come across like I'm being a know-it-all, being like, yo, go check your truck. I'm not a tech, I'm an owner, but I've saved myself a ton of money and made Ford pay for a lot of their screw-ups by checking under my truck. So go check your truck. Do it at least every 5,000 miles. You don't have to pick over every little thing, but just keep an eye out for what looks normal and what doesn't. And if you have kind of questions on different things, I would recommend checking out Power Stroke Tech Talk with A-Rod. He has an entire playlist on maintenance for these trucks, and by taking a look at that and familiarizing yourself with your engine bay, you will be able to diagnose and troubleshoot things well before they metastasize into larger issues that'll cost you thousands of dollars. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Go check your truck at least every 5,000 miles and it will keep running reliably for you well into the future. Cheers.